Hey everybody, this is a Review Revolution coming at you with the second to last, well, the last figure in the line, but the second to last set of reviews for the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Apocalypse. And of course today we're looking at X-23. And you can see why I decided to do her last. X-23. I guess let me start by saying I didn't read the comic when she was introduced. I didn't read the story that really kind of brought her into the Marvel universe. I did, after I started seeing her around, do some research to kind of find out more about her background and more about who she was. And I have to say, character-wise, she's cool. I mean, I said before that the hard and fast rule for Wolverine on making him more awesome was to either make him angrier or give him bigger claws. I never imagined that they would actually go through and try and make a female Wolverine to try and make him more cool. But they did. They did. And, of course, it's something where, she's a at first I thought she was just a moody teenager, which I thought, well, that's a cool combination. But no, the story behind her is much darker, which I can take dark. Batman's parents dying, Robin dying in his arms, I can take dark. This goes too far, and I shame Marvel for actually doing the story. Now, she is a clone of Wolverine, which, with no small irony, they weren't able to salvage the Y chromosome, and therefore only the X chromosome was available, so the clone would be a female. The scientist who was in charge of the X project, or the new Weapon X project, actually was forced to become the surrogate mother of the 23rd embryo that managed to survive, hence X-23. And from there, it's just a very dark, disturbing, and I don't know, very very bad set of events behind the character. And I can understand they do it to try and bring out more of that dark element, that anti-hero element that Wolverine seems to carry. Though they've explained his background, the details of his background, very little. X-23 has plenty of it, too much of it, too dark. It's just, again, it's a little disturbing, and again, I shame Marvel for doing it. If you like the character, I thought she was a really cool character, but the more I learned about her, the more she put me off. And to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't even do this review. I wouldn't even have gotten this character if it wasn't the fact she was part of the wave. But that aside, looking at the pack, it is just the standard Marvel Legends pack, the Toy Biz. We started with Bishop, did Sasquatch, got Iron Fist, Wolverine, the poor Vince with Maestro, and now X-23. Soon we'll put it together and be able to take a look at the totally awesome, huge Apocalypse. But you can see here's the background or the stats on X-23 and her very tamed, toned-down background. A shady organization recreated the Weapon X program using damaged DNA taken from the mutant known as Wolverine. The result was X-23. As a child, X-23 trained in the art of war, strategy, human anatomy, weapons, combat, stealth, molding her into a killing machine. Yeah, I'm sure that educationally she got all that, but emotionally it was quite abusive and very, very, very disturbing. But that being said, we'll take a moment, we'll pull the figure out of the pack, get a look at it, have some fun. So be right back. Alright, out of the box, finally standing on her own, X-23 is no more impressive out of the box than she was in. Didn't really comment too much about the figure while she was in there. I wasn't all that impressed, and I was hoping she would be better out of the pack, and she is not. I'm really hesitant to touch her because she was really difficult to get to stand. But I guess taking a look at her, the first thing we see is on the face sculpt, well, the head sculpt first off. You can really see her head, her neck and her head are angled so that her face is sticking out, which, you know, I don't know if that's some kind of, you know, teenage attitude that they're trying to give to her, but her head does not come up above her body. It's going to stick out. And this is not the face that you want to have coming closer at you. This is a very generic, very disappointing kind of face. In no picture of X-23 have I really seen this kind of puffy-cheeked, small, beady eyes. It's just, oh man, it's an ugly-looking face. And to have it sticking out at you like this is just, it's just dumb. The hair, I mean, she has a full range of movement on her head. The hair is made of a soft plastic, so it's not going to hinder anything. She does have the same kind of joint that Maestro had, so we're not going to press that too much. On the shoulder, she has very spindly arms, you know, very reminiscent of what you might have seen with like the Harley Quinn or something like that off the DC Universe characters. But on it does come out, twist the bicep, double joint the elbows, twist at the wrist, and a hinge. So they did get all the articulation for the Marvel Legends in there, even with a double jointed elbow. That's not bad. Twist at the waist, leg comes up, leg comes out, double joint at the knee, twist at the boot, and then the foot has a hinge. And then, of course, X-23, on her hands, she has the two claws, which, being claws, they did come out a little bent. Not as bad as Wolverine, but still pretty bad. And then on the toe, she has her claws there. And on the toe, it even has a hinge to pop into her foot, which makes her even harder to stand. So chances are, if you want to try and display her, you won't have her claw in her foot. The justification they gave was that, oh, well, the male Wolverine, Weapon X, yeah, he has 3 claws on his hand, but the females have 1 on their foot for better defense. Whatever. The character, I mean, as far as the character goes, the character's design is good. It's just written badly. The execution of the figure is executed well. It's just designed badly. So it's I guess it kind of fits. It's balanced. For the most part, the colors are good. Let me make sure to touch on that. The colors are good. No bleeding. She really just wears the purple, and the parts don't have a lot of overlap on the paint. So individual parts are basically one color. So they're pretty much just painted all a solid color. The only real paint application is the dab on her belt buckle, and then the straps on her boots. Not too hard to mess up. The face, I've already commented on the face. No matter how the paint job on the face turned out, the sculpt on the face is just so bad that there's no saving this character. There's no saving the figure. For the most part, I would say that if I were to rate it, I would give Weapon X X-23 the figure a star and a half maybe. If she doesn't stand up, I'm going to drop that down pretty fast. Yep, she's got a star max. The reason you buy this figure is not for X-23, but rather for the top half of Apocalypse, which is so impressive. I would almost venture to say that this is what you're actually buying. X-23 just happens to be a bonus that you get with it, because this is what you want. This is the big one. This is what you need. And I don't doubt that Toy Biz fully understood that when they did X-23, they realized, hey, we're going to package that with the top part of Apocalypse. Don't have to worry, it's going to sell regardless. Kind of disappointing philosophy. As far as the comic goes, it is the Uncanny X-Men 451, which was, I believe, or what seems to be X-23's first encounter with the X-Men. Has done nothing to make me change my opinion on how the character is written or what her backstory is. Shame on you, Marvel. And then, of course, we have the Apocalypse series Build-A-Figure instructions, which we'll put to use here real soon. So stick around. We'll be back sooner than you might think with the wrap-up and Apocalypse. So rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution, and see you soon. Bye-bye.